everybody, it's Caroline, and today I am facing a fear so you guys can get some tips. So we all have fears, and we try and work around them, through them. Sometimes we can't, so hopefully this will help you today. And I thought I'd do it today because I know people might feel a little bit vulnerable when they're leaving this current New Moon Mindset program. And it's just some tips that I'm going to leave you with. And when I say I'm going to share my fear, I felt I needed to do that because if I am asking you guys and all of us in the community to face fears, well, then a good way to do that is to do it myself, I guess, and show you the process in terms of how I'm facing that fear. And my fear is selfies and vlogging. So, and I might laugh because I've been doing the Facebook Lives, but I think I did mention it in one of my earlier Facebook Lives. So, yeah, I'm going to take you through that process. And I currently feel a little bit sick because fear manifests in different ways. So, physically, you can be sweating, you can feel sick, you can be dizzy. There's lots of different ways. Your fight or flight, which is, something that's part of evolution. And then there's the emotional side as well. There's a negative side and there's actually a positive in that, people who love horror movies, for example, they find it fun to be really scared. I mean, wouldn't be my cup of tea, but there's lots of people, I'm sure, in the community who do love it. And then there's those people who love extreme sports and the pushing through the adrenaline and, facing big mountains and just, really going the whole hog. So that's really positive. But, on the other side of it, then there's when I say negativity, it means it's, fear can hold you back. You've got, you're overwhelmed, you're anxious, and you fear the fear. So you try to avoid the fear response by trying to avoid the situation. And it's also very personal. So it can be based on, and complex, because it can be based on traumatic experiences that you had in the past as well. So I'm not going to go too deeply into that. But I broke up my process into, I think it's 5 steps and then one post step. So you'll need a pen and a piece of paper. So when you're doing yours, because I'd love you to pick one, it could be a mild one. After this. So the first one is that when you think about your fear, what are the first thoughts that come to mind? So when I think about my blogging and my vlogging, I was kind of going, oh my God, will the technology work? Am I going to look crap? Because, maybe my wrinkles will come up and I don't know, my red nose. And so there's a bit of vanity there. It won't flow, I'll be stumbling my words and reading my notes too much. And that was all fine. I said, well, there's obviously something a bit deeper to that. So then I went the next level down, which was really about, am I going to look like an idiot? Will I have any credibility? Will anybody take me seriously? And I'm not good enough. So that was really about, well, actually, it's not about my self-confidence, and people judging and et cetera, et cetera. So I was going, okay, so now I've got the reason. And that's really important, is what is the reason that you're afraid of something. And also going to the notion of future events appearing real. So fear is future events appearing real. So I was catastrophizing, if you think about it. I was going, oh my God, I'm going to be crap because this is going to happen and then this is going to happen and then I'll have no credibility. And then, and you just go on and on and on. And then you just go, okay, well, I'm just not going to do it. So they're kind of the thoughts. Then you go, well, what are the feelings? What was I feeling? So I was saying to you, I feel sick. I feel overwhelmed. I'm frustrated at myself because I'm kind of going, God, I've broken through loads of fears in my life. Why is this one such a difficult one? It seems so ridiculous because I do live stuff and all that kind of crack. So I'm kind of feeling disappointed and frustrated in myself, and then a little bit ridiculous. But ultimately I was kind of feeling, well, I want to overcome it too, which is really positive. And then I was saying, well, I've had my thoughts and my feelings. I know what the reasons are now. I know how it impacts on me, but then from a feelings point of view, but then how does it impact on my actions? And there's a few actions that is no action. I end up avoiding. I'm procrastinating. It actually stops me from saying yes to things. So, new moon mindset. I was totally overwhelmed because I procrastinated. I was anxious the day before. I was trying to get the videos, and I was like, I can't do it. I actually can't do it. And Jim kindly gave me an out, and I was like, thanks very much. Then I spent 24 hours feeling guilty and going, I can't let all these people down, and oh God, it was awful. So then I went, I found another solution, which was the writing, which has worked out really well. But my point is, it did stop me from saying yes. So that were the thoughts, the feelings, and then the actions. And then I went, okay, so that's a really good grounding. So then I went into, I suppose, momentum to move me forward. So I went, okay, well, what does success look like? So if I want to do a really good video, what does success look like? And I mapped all those down. And then I went, okay, so if that's what success looks like, then what do I have in me, and what are my strengths and my skills to help make that happen? And I listed all of those down, and then I was like, oh, geez, I'm pretty good actually. I've done my TV and I've done my rugby and all that, and so I have all that there and a storage of stuff that I can go back on, and then I looked at. So then I knew that I had it in me to do it. And then I went, okay, well then what do I need to do to set myself up for success? And some of that was vanity things like, what do I want to wear? What do I want to look like? I don't normally wear grey, but actually feeling quite mellow in it today. Writing the script roughly, practicing. So this is actually, I'm going to admit it, I thought I was going to do it in one and just going to do it really naturally and authentically, but it was like 15 or 16 minutes. And this is, I think, my 8th recording, Most vloggers wouldn't admit that, but I am, although you might need to. And then a big one for me is the environment. There's no interruptions. I feel very comfortable here. And then stepping into my circle of excellence. So I don't know if you remember Star Trek, when you beam me up and there's this kind of ray around you. And what I do is when I'm going in to do workshops or something like that, I'll surround myself in this, and it's like a beam, a glowing beam. And in that beam, I am brilliant, I'm awesome, and nobody can touch me. And it's a really nice visualization that I do along with my breathing. So I do my hold for 6, or breathe in for 6, hold for 6, and let out for 6. I hope Owen agrees with that one. And then a few kind of some self-talk as well. And then the last thing is, what's the support that I need to set myself up for success? So I did have a chat with Jim about this the other day, and also Chris. And that certainly helps, and particularly if it's a life-changing thing that you want to achieve through getting over a fear, having that support network is really important. And then finally, afterwards, I will go, okay, what worked well? How can I practice more? How can I improve? Any learnings from anybody else, and getting feedback too. So that's it. Future events appearing real. I mean, just brilliant for me just to think about. Oh my God, I'm just making the worst of things for myself. And then the stage process is, what are your thoughts? What are your feelings? What are your actions? And then, what does success look like? What do you have within you? What are your skills and your strengths that you can help you through it, and the support network? And then how do you set yourself up for success? So today I have faced a fear, and I can only do it because I'm in a trusted and caring environment. So thank you. I hope you got a few tips from me. God bless, and lots of love.